Hello and welcome back to the Midwest Mainline. We are sat staring at a junction that is going to get some serious work done to it today. As an example, our coal train there is waiting to cross the main line, the passenger main line. It's going to be a challenge, guys. I'm not going to deny that. We're not going to go too crazy, even though we could. Our bank balance is through the roof. We've got over 1.5 billion now, I think. But yes, we have to rework this and probably get rid of that steam train, as sad as it may be. But we have faster wagons, don't we? Our trains can get up to 99 miles an hour now, thanks to those. And we should make use of that, which means we're also going to be upgrading some of our freight lines to high-speed track. So, I'm glad some of you, or most of you, enjoyed the cab ride. That was a demonstration of how this current network looks. Now, there was some controversy there with how I went about it. Not everyone enjoyed the cab overlay. However, I will say it was kind of forced on me with YouTube's compression algorithm. So it was a mathematical choice rather than an aesthetic one. Yeah, I mean, it didn't look too bad. That's what I was waiting for. Here comes our high-speed train, which is it's doing all right. Occasionally, I mean, in the example of the cab ride, it didn't get very fast, but it did go up to 140 something in some of my tests that I was doing. However, we intend to improve that by reworking two key points. This one is going to be today's, and then we're heading over to Minneapolis to do some shenanigans over there, mainly to divert the express freight service we have running backwards and forwards between Minneapolis and Grand Rapids. So, should we bring up the UI? I will say, yes, I was a little bit salty when some of you said that you couldn't see the speed with the cab ride, and that you didn't like the big cab view. However, that wasn't really directed at you guys. No, that was because possibly 5 weeks now, maybe more, I've been fighting with YouTube's algorithm. Yeah. So it was just a culmination of that coming to a head, really, and that was what I came up with. It was the only way I could reduce the amount of moving parts on the screen so that it didn't look too awful. Talking of controversy, the reason I'm doing this... Hey, look, there's the coal train hanging over the passenger line. The reason I'm doing this is not for the passenger service. Nope, it's for our freight trains. Our freight trains are our massive money earners, not our passenger services. Grand Rapids is growing. Should we get on with this build? I'm not trying to put it off any longer. I've got to wait for these trains to get off the junction though. So what have we got planned? A multi-layered mainline section just here. I don't know whether we're going to actually find space to do this. Ooh, before we do that, I wanted to put another high-speed train on here. Yes, I almost forgot. And you'll notice we're not electrified. However, there are multiple ways you can get an electric train out of a depot that's not electrified onto an electrified section. One is you could just buy any diesel, maybe let's go in here. You could just buy, say, Locomotive diesel. Just buy one of those and assign it to the electric line, and it will make its way there. As soon as it's on there, you can change it. I thought about a fun way to do it, and it was a little bit of an experiment, and I like how this works. So we've got this, we're going to leave it there. Now we're going to go into this. Not that, this. And we're going to add our speedant on there. Speedant. Yes, my accent. So we're adding that there, and I wasn't sure whether this would work, because technically it should, right? It's got a diesel on the front pulling the electric train. onto its destination. And if we send this over to our Midwest High-Speed Express, you'll notice it works. I thought this was rather cool. I know, I was overly happy about this. So it's got an electric unit on the rear with its pantograph up, but it's being pulled by a diesel. Yep, and they all go. There we go. Isn't that rather awesome? So there we go. If you don't want to electrify some parts of your track, especially from the depot, you can employ one of these shunters to take it up there and get it running on the electrified mainline. Wow, we held up our money earner. Never mind. It's fine. Now, this is not needed, this extra train, for money reasons. In fact, it's going to cost us to run it. There's just not the demand on the map to run these, which is why we're going to retire our shuttle. But it looks cool, doesn't it? And that's part of the fun of having this much money. We're going to have a recap out there. I don't know where he's going. He could have gone that way, I think, and got on up here, maybe? I don't know whether you can anymore. No, you can't anymore. No, you're right. So he's going to go round the houses. I don't know where he's got. Has he gone? There he goes. I guess he'll go all the way up here, then round, and then down here. Yes, that would work. And then come down. Then you can get onto the electrified mainline. At the moment, we best not do the bridge work until he's done then, otherwise he won't be able to get on. We could fast forward it, or we could go take a look at... I know what we can do. We deleted a few trucks here, but that was because we messed about with the line. How you actually do them? We might need to put them back on. It takes a long time for this to show the actual figure that you're doing, and even then it's a little bit of a guesstimation. More on averages than exact numbers. It's making us a fortune. I really would like to see these show the running balance. You could get them as better averages, I would imagine, by having it cumulative and then dividing it by how old it is, the line itself. That's a possibility. I mean, it wouldn't be 100% accurate, but probably a little more accurate than what they've got displayed. This is just the balance over 12 months, and for a lot of our rail lines, they don't even run once in a year, so it's a bit of a pointless figure for us. Right, where's our train? Is it close to the... There he is. How you do it? You're almost on there. Unfortunately, he's held up. Oh, it's by a passenger train. That's all right. Passenger train. There goes out one of our grain trains. Oh, this one. Let's go to the finances a second. You'll see that we are making quite a fortune from quite a small fortune from this train, and because of the speed of it and how often it doesn't go on the main line, sometimes it's only there once every other year. Occasionally it's once a year, and that means that its balance here is not the most accurate. It means nothing to us. It really doesn't. We can't gauge anything from that at all. That's just an example of why you can't go via these numbers or these down here. This is just the last 12 months, and if you're running a lot of trains like this that only operate once every other year, you're not going to get a true figure for that. But anyway, we've lost our train. He's gone. Where is he? Is that you? No, you should be... Ah, there he is. Now that he's on the main line, what we should be able to do, if we pause it a second, we can manage this and get rid of the shunter, because we're now on the electrified line. No? Oh, we might need to stop it. Yes, right. Just stop you briefly. We'll do that again. Remove the diesel, modify. There we go. He's now under his own power. We'll restart the train. And away he goes. He's now a fully electrified train. I mean, they're bunched up at the moment, which is unfortunate. They should spread themselves out. How much money are these not going to make us? Yeah, they're not going to make us any money whatsoever. They're really not. Details, finances. This is where we changed it. This was when it was running on the Midwest Mainline as a stopping service. And this is how much we're paying for the privilege of having a fancy train. They can make money, don't get me wrong. You would need bigger maps. And the demand as well. We've sort of got the demand though. It's not like they're completely costing us. We're also in the process of growing, aren't we? Let's turn the signals off for a second. There's too many of them. Yeah, we're also in the process of growing. Bloomington should start growing now that it's getting more and more goods. The tools are going to be an issue. I mean, we're just limited, really. How is this train doing? Are you making us money now? Because they weren't, were they? Bloomington Mixed Freight. Oh, there we go. You can see where we changed its path and added another train. At the moment, it looks like we're not making money. But we're going to be faced with the same situation because it takes so long to move around the map. These figures. You'd have to, like, add everything up. So, hopefully that gets changed. I can't see it, though. I mean, it would be nice because it's just a pointless figure. Just basically ignore it. The best way to gauge it is by physically watching that timescale and adding it up yourself. But yeah, maybe it'll get changed. Who knows? Right, now that train is on there and we have nothing on the junction except for him, but he's not on it. This is the perfect time, guys. It's going to happen. You've been asking for this, so I hope I do it justice. It's kind of... a few of you have had this idea. Yep, we're doing it. This is all going. Can you believe it? Finally. There's where I coloured in all the ballast. Oh, talking of colouring in. I can't remember your name. I'm a terrible, terrible person. Yes, but anyway, in the comments, I'll find your name, put it on the screen. But in the comments, I was informed that you can actually force paint over this ballasty stuff, which I thought was amazing. First off, I thought he was talking about multi-layering textures, which we've done before. However, no, that's not the case. Find a good example. Somewhere where you can see the ballast is there. There we go. Let's just get dirt. We'll bring down the brush size. We'll make it sort of strengthy. That's not a term. Oh, here we go. In between here. In fact, we could use... what does this look like? We'll just do it like this for now. Just with a bit of dirt in between. You'll see it leaves the track ballast in place, which is fine, actually, for this section. However, if you hold shift, pay attention to the ballast on the side. We're going to hold shift down now. There you go. Look, you can get rid of the asset painted trackside. There we go. I mean, for that, it doesn't need to be that at all. But we can just put ballast back in there. Or you can delete it and it'll put it back in. There we go. And you can put it back in. Oh, I've put grass back on the track. Give me ballast. Is it right at the end, isn't it? Is that ballast? Yeah. Get rid of the grass. I need to go and cut the grass in between the tracks. There's a lot of it. There we go. I thought that was a good tip. I never knew you could do that. You can do it with factories too. And yeah, if you go on to the context help, it says here, use shift to force painting. There are other places you can do it. If we go to this factory here, you see if you didn't want the car parky, will it work on the car parky areas? Probably not. If you wanted to change, no, you got to hold shift, Brand. If you wanted to change the road, for instance, you can make like a ballast road, or a cobbled road, or a grass road. Right, here you go. Force paint grass over to the road like it's an old road. That was the worst example ever. Why would you ever want to do that? Delete all that. And then you can put it back again, like so. Isn't that cool though? But you could make a dirt road that way. So you could get this dirt and then have a dirt road with the lines painted on it. You can even change this. There we go. Or you could... Do we have coal? Asphalt. Is that dirty water? Ooh, that's kind of cool. But anyway, yeah, you can paint all sorts over that. Brilliant, brilliant tip there. Thank you for that. Right, let's undo my mess. Does that mean you could put puddles on the road? I know I'm getting carried away, guys. I promise I'm not avoiding. Oh, there was coal. Water, dirty. Where's just water? Do we have water? If we press water. Here we go. Snow, water, grass brown. No. Can you just add like a puddle on the road? Holding shit. Okay. It won't work on... Oh, I do like the puddles on the side of the road though. Which you can't do unless you hold shift. Look at that. You can get some little puddles on the side of the road. So it looks like it's raining. Isn't that cool? Grand. Build your junction. Okay, so it only works on this because they're not real roads. They're just textures. Isn't that cool though? I like this water on the side of the road. Looks like it's been raining down here. Right. Back to the junction. I had to show you that. I enjoyed that little experiment, especially with the water. You could do some nice effects with that, couldn't you? Are you okay, you're not there. Can you believe that this is going? Yes, it is. No longer are we going to be interfering with freight, our big money owners. I'm already waiting for the comments. Grand, but the passenger service is where it's at. Nope. Not bothered about the passengers. Well, I am. They still make us money, sort of. It all helps, doesn't it? We could take this even further back. Where is our track? There. We do not need catenary on this. We do want it high speed. But we could get a bit better flow around here. Probably about 70 would be nice. We want to come off here first. That crossover will not be required any longer. So what sort of speed can we connect this up? If we go like that, 67, 68 down there, 67. 67's probably a little better. Might be able to knock this back even further. Try and get it a little smoother. Because the quicker we go through a junction, the better. Oh, I don't like your lag there. Oh, could you not? I mean, that obviously what I want to do was that. Stop linking to that. Collision. I think you jest there. Not a collision. Well, that's perfect. I mean, that's about as fast as we're going to get it. I don't know why it's colliding. That makes zero sense whatsoever. Right, come on. If we do it from there, will you not be silly? I mean, I'm going to say 70. I like 70 better than... Oh, there we go. Get that in there. Get that up there. We can redo the track. See, it won't collide now if you do it like that. I don't know. It's got its quirks. Has transport fever. It always has. But once you know, it's alright, isn't it? You kind of get used to it. There we go. Much faster junction. We need a signal there. Doesn't matter where we put it. We kind of want them equal priority anyway. And doesn't look right with the grass there. It does, kind of, because that's where we were before. However, we'll worry about the detailing once we've figured whether we can get this bridge across. So what are we doing? We're going to start heading up immediately from here. We're going to have this 4-track running over the top, and we're going to get it as close to this bridge as possible, just for look. There we go. Is that going to be high enough? Possibly. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll go around here. If you hold shift, you see, you can force the issue and prevent it from snapping to this section of track, which we don't need. We don't need it to be overly high. Get that flat, or flattish anyway. We're only working this initially to see where we're going. That is nice and close, exactly how I'd like it. It's probably a bit too high, isn't it? We don't need to go that high at all. We can come down a touch, as long as we get it right, eventually. If we put it in there, does that give us the room? Oh, now it's too low. Of course you are. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's continue it over like that. Up to here somewhere. Yeah, don't do that. What we can do is use Shift M and N and try and put a little bit of a curve in it and hope that it decides to draw a bridge. There it goes. There it goes. Right. Now it's drawn a bridge in. We know roughly what height we're looking at. That is about perfect, isn't it? We'll have to ignore the feet for a minute. We're not actually coming in here either. I'd like you not to do that, but I'd like you to be straight. Oh, I don't like the feet on there. That's too close. Awkward. We'll worry about that in a bit then. We'll head back here until it makes a bridge. It's making a bridge. Can we go there somewhere and go straight? There we go. We'll go straight from there. Like I say, it's not... Oh, that's not good at all, is it? Right, delete that back. Not happy with it. I told you this would be a build. It doesn't help that we're heading into the track there, does it? What we need to do is head straight. That will be easier. There we go. There we go. We got it. Then we can come in, hopefully, up here. You don't need to be too aggressive. Well, we're going to have to head off, aren't we, slightly? So let's get that right. And then if we can bring this straight. Don't need shift. Are you going to go under that bridge? We're going to have to find the place where we can go under this bridge at the right height. Right, let's raise it up a bit. Can we go under like that at that height? Oh yeah, look, we're about got the clearance there. That's nice. Bring it down a touch. It doesn't need to be that high at this point of the flyover. We want it to be something like that. There we go. As long as we get under there, now we can head all the way up to here, and we can hold shift and just bow it up a little bit. There, we got the clearance. Now we're avoiding the feet away from the track there. We can adjust that bit when we come to it, and then we can tidy it up once we're in. I like this because we're eventually coming down to the track. Let's take that. Let's take that. We've just about got the clearance there. And then what we can do is, rather than have it wiggle around like that, we can redraw this section. Not like that though. I don't know what you're connecting to there. Could you connect to the top one? There we go. There we go. That should be a little smoother. Beautiful. And then we're just curving around there and heading down. Oh, I like it so far, guys. It's a bit of a mission. It should look really cool now when you're heading alongside it. That is almost perfect. I don't think we can remove the... No. I guess. I mean, it's a bit close, isn't it? It's probably too close. That's fine. What we can do is maybe head from here and just take it out a touch. There we go. From about there. Maybe we can get a better angle on this. No, you've ruined it now. That's fine. It's fine. Oh, I see what's happening. We're kind of heading towards the track too early. No one ever said this would be easy. We do want to start heading down here, actually, don't we? Not like that, though. Could you go possibly like this? I like that idea, where we gradually head up. In fact, could we just a little less climb on it? And we can come in like that, and just hoping that the feet and everything miss. That looks better, doesn't it? Nice. Right, so we've got this section working. The smooth climb. You'll see there's a little bit of a lump there, but every time you do a section and you want to tidy it up a touch so it doesn't look quite as horrendous, you'll get the natural curve going, and then you'll get the climb going. Can't see because it likes to put the UI all over what you're doing. You could press Alt G perhaps. No, it leaves the bit you don't want up there. Anyway, there we go. We do it afterwards. You'll see it's much smoother. Do we like this so far? Can you tell where I'm going with this? I hope so. It took some thinking and doing, this did, without it being too much of a mess. Right, we can get rid of it back to there and give us our final climb. You'll notice the speeds are okay. I hope. I wasn't checking the speeds. That's awkward. Right, let's have a look at the speeds. Why is that 96? That's pigging awful. Oh, you plonker. Right, we don't want it 96. We'll leave the speed layout on. Could you maybe not do that? It's fine. I should have been looking. There we go. There we go. Smoother. 140. Considering we're just coming through a station. That's beautiful. I'm doing the inside track first because that's going to be the closest to this track. Also, it's going to be the slowest speed. Obviously the outside, except for up here, but we shouldn't have an issue up there. And there we go. We got some speeds. I like it. We're in. And it should be smooth as houses. Oh, don't go on the track. Oh, it's beautiful. Look where it is on the bridge. Ooh, that's tough. Oh, your mic. Oh dear. No, that's rough, isn't it? Guys, oh, I didn't even notice this. That's fantastic. Well, I mean, alright. It's not what you really wanted. I like that you're less bothered about stuff like that, though. It's fine. Guys, I'm going to go away and get the right speed on this. So we're not staring at it for eternity. Alright, guys, there we go. I finagled the speed a little bit. That 72 is underneath. Don't panic. 137. There's a bit here that I just can't work on. I've tried and I can't stop it being 137 because it does. No, why did you change it, you muppet? Oh, now it's going to be awful. Right, there we go. Oh, 146. Did I fluke it? Did you just fluke it? Well, quick, take it. There we go. It's in. Ignore all of this for the time being. Right, now we need to get this connected back in up here so that we're back connected to the main line. You'll notice that I forgot to put the catenary on. Good job. That's fine. It's going to be on now. So we're going up from there. This bit will obviously need to be smoother. But now that we have the connections on either end, we should hopefully get under this bridge and it'll be okay and we won't be too close to it. Oh, it's about perfect, isn't it? There we go. We do come in a little abruptly, maybe, but it's not too bad. We're technically staying fairly straight from this point. Right, let's see if we can't finish this. Yes, we are going to get rid of a lot of buildings in town. We've took out quite a bit of the curve here. We don't mind it. That's going to have to go. You can't be there. Look at us just demolishing freely. I think it's going to look the part though, and yes, we are having it 4-tracked. We're going to have to rework a little bit of the junction at the top. We can have the commuters get off the what is essentially the main line sooner. Right, there we go. There we go. I don't know what's going on there. You don't really have to do it like that, do you? I never noticed that. And how are you now? Oh, it's this bit. I see. It's alright. We'll take this back. That's fine. We shall take it back all the way. We'll redo that section. In fact, I wouldn't mind you being straight there for a while so that we could do the junctions a little smoother up there. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? Can we just get that flat? You're going to have an obvious change, but this is kind of nice. I like it. We're going to get this section in, and then we're going to do the junctions, and hopefully that's not what I wanted. How is that even a thing? I like it, but it's not what we want. And this is where we're going to work in back out of the main line, or back into, depending which direction we're traveling. Okay, so that's in. Then we want to head like this, and hopefully decent speed. I'm going to say 100 would be good speed for this, because the commuters, the stoppers, are not going to be traveling much faster than that anyway. You're probably wondering what I'm doing. Do we have enough clear? Oh no. Well, I mean, that's a bit rough, isn't it? You weren't paying attention, were you? Okay, undo. Pretend that didn't happen. Did you see it was through the catenary? That's not good. That's not good. We've got to come a bit lower. It's fine. It's fine. Just a little bit lower. That's all we need. Not that steep, though. If we can just find the right section. Yeah, there we go. Somewhere like that. Oh, dear. No, that's just not good. Oh, this is going to be a pain. This is going to be a royal pain. Would have to shift M and N and drop it. We need this catenary to come down under the stuff there. There we go. There we go. We're in. It's not too bad, is it? It's not too bad. I'll take it. We might have to do the connection up there somewhere. Let's just make sure it's all good. I think my coffee's gone cold. I made myself a fresh coffee to do this. Ah, it's the end. This side is the problematic side because the bridge is lowering. Got it. Got it. Did anybody notice that I was doing the wrong side? Although now we've got to be careful about being outside. Make sure this... Oh, this is going to be awkward. Oh, I'm glad I started this project. I really am. Right, don't connect in there. And then we need to get you down underneath. And that's... Is that all the way? Bit more. If you're wondering, it's Shift M and N. And I think I said, but... Just to doubly make sure. We can tidy this bit up. Once we know we clear the entirety of the bridge with our electrification and that we don't collide to the track. Yeah, there we go. So now this little section here should hopefully tidy up as well. That's the plan. Because we know this bit under the bridge is perfect now. So what we want to do, come in like so. And it should look a little better. We don't mind it having an elevation change like that. As long as it doesn't look too bad, because we have to get under the bridge and we have to get over the track. We could rework the bridge, but it would be nice if we didn't have to. There we go. We're in. And we're in. Guys, I would call that successful. We don't need that bit there anymore. We can go and connect further up there. Right, we actually want this bit to be the one that connects in. This is the main line in the middle. And then we want this section to come in like so. Look at that. Full speed. Does it look too garish? No, not too bad. And then this bit wants to do something similar down here. As long as we can get a decent speed. Is that like 106? I'll take that. They're a bit close here, but they're fine. Does the junction itself look too rough? No. No, guys. I mean, it's a bit of a shame about the... It looks like a bump just here. What I might do is tidy this bit up, because I'm not happy with that at all. Alright guys, I went ahead and smoothed out the transition a little bit. Now we need to come back in again. Hopefully we can get a similar speed. I don't mind it being 82, I'd prefer it not, but it's not like it's super slow. And we're heading towards a terminus anyway, so, you know, as long as it goes in and doesn't look too awful on the junction, I'll take it. We're in. Guys, we're in. Finally. Finally. Yes, one way. There. The commuter line's going to have a shorter signal, and the express line... Oh, that's not what you wanted. I mean, it's lovely, but you're not paying attention. Terrain tools. We want to smooth that middle bit section out. Middle bit section. My brain is a bit frazzled at the moment. It's not so much that it's difficult, it's just fiddly. You need a lot of patience to get it looking just how you want it. We've got some serious scenery work to do there. That's alright, we'll get it. We'll get it, guys. By the time we're done, it will look alright. Maybe. Right, you need to electrify that, don't you? Because you didn't do it. And then after that, we'll go ahead and see how it does, our first junction. We're going to be doing one more before we have our next cab ride. Oh, I've turned the signals off. You need those on again. There we go. Now that, get rid of that tool. We want these. Now that we've got that in, we're going to have the next signal just before the bridge here. Here and here. Now when the high-speed train clears this one, it's reserving this entire block. And because it should be travelling faster, it will be very rare that the other stopping service controls the signal, controls the block or reserves it. There we go. Does the signal miss the bridge? Oh, do you know, it's almost perfect. It's a bit different to how I did it. My testing. It wasn't quite as awesome as this. I'm going to say awesome. I mean, it does a job, doesn't it? I like it. It works. It should be faster. If after all this it's not faster, then I'll just hand in my YouTube card and Transport Fever 2 card, and away I go. That'll be the last you see of me. You've put that the wrong side. Good job. That's going there. We no longer trip over the commuter though, out here, so that's nice. As we were connecting in at the station, so we can now have the extra signalling. These are going out that way. Beautiful. This one, do you know what? I'd like to reserve that block sooner. We don't need that there. We are going to be coming in to back into the main line here. However, I would like the commuter to stay and do what the little shuttle, this thing, is going. So I'd like the commuter to do what the shuttle's doing. That is it, guys. Guys, we're in. Hit play. I think we're okay. We're going to have a proper cab ride later. For now, we've got to make sure that this all works. It looks like it should. I want to grab the high-speed train when it's coming down, if possible. I think they're both clumped up, aren't they, at the moment? Back to back. Where are you? Oh yes, he's down there. He's a bit away. But I'm going to have to wrap this up. That took longer than I was no, it didn't take longer than I was expecting. I was expecting it to take an eternity. I will edit it into something more viewable, hopefully. And then we'll see how this goes. I might actually skip ahead to the point where that's a thing. We are getting towards the end of the series now. I will say that. We've done everything we really can, other than improving the main line. These services are going to be retired. Not many people use them anyway, especially now as we've pretty much saturated the main line, haven't we? So we'll let him drop off his passengers. Maybe we'll just have one running, and then it's very rarely getting in the way of the main line. Yeah, that's a better idea, isn't it? We can just have one of these little shuttles running. If people use it, they use it. We don't care. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll keep the... in this section, I say we now keep the commuter. Stays off the high-speed line. It gets on with these because, I mean, they're doing a job and they're not really getting involved. These are fairly frequent. They're regular. So, yeah, yep, we could do that. Yeah, these are bunching up all the time anyway. Right, as soon as you're in, that's your last bit of service. Or, well, unless we get a busier city. I notice some lag when you get near here. I don't know what it is. It makes no sense, really. There's something causing the frames to drop around here, and it literally makes no sense. See, then it's fine. It might be something to do with the station. I don't know. Maybe too many people on the platforms. You look that way, it's just when you're close to it. Anyway, that's enough of that. Right, everybody get off and stop you, and you're gone. Right, unfortunate everybody, but that train has vanished in front of your eyes. We could have sent it to the depot, but then we'd have to get a shunter out and take it there. Right, after all of that, do we have a train on the way? There we go, guys. We'll end like so. It might look awful. We haven't tested it. We're going to be testing it together. the cab ride's not going to look as quality as the one I produced on its own, but it will be a little test at the very least. So that's been episode 36, where we have done our first bit of junction work. My coffee is indeed cold. It's quite fortunate that coffee is not too bad when it's cold. I don't know where I'm going with that. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it looks okay by the time I've edited that together, because believe me when I say there was a lot of fiddling with the same bit of track involved. It's just the nature of the game. There's no blueprints or plan mode that you can do, so you just have to work with it. I find it enjoyable to do. I don't find it as enjoyable to watch so much. But anyway, shall we see how this works? We've still not reassigned the trains yet. We'll do that once the whole thing's complete. Next episode, I don't know when it'll be, probably Sunday, I'm not sure yet, it might be tomorrow. It depends on time. I ran over a little bit because of the cab ride, because I had to do some extra stuff. Well, I didn't have to, but I did. So yes, we'll go and do the other junction down at Minneapolis, and that will be it. We'll have our main line as is. We might be stopping for a passenger service here, not the speed of the track. Well, I'll check that when we start the next episode. Yeah, we had a red light. I don't know why we had a red light. The trains might be all a bit confuzzled at the moment. But anyway, does it look okay before we end? And then there'll be a mini cab ride and that's it. Oh no, I reckon a junction view since we've had the cab ride. Yeah, I'll leave us with a junction view so we can see how the freight trains are working now. I just want to see if this doesn't... It's alright. It might make your stomach go a bit. It's a bit roller coastery, but I'll take it. There, I'm happy with it, guys. We have a junction. We unlocked a GE P42 DC, a 99 mile per hour, I'm going to say possibly a freight train. We'll take a look at that when we come back, guys, and I'll leave you with a little bit of a junction view, because this is all different now. Are we happy with it? That's the question. Does it look the part? I will detail it up. Oh, we could look. No, look here, because then you can see the train. There, we should see the trains up above and going through. Yes, now we'll end it. Guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, take care.